Spain, Uzbekistan, Italy, Netherlands, USA and Germany, the nations contesting this first A final of the PR2 men's single sculls. Over there in lane number 1, Benat Odriozola Aramburu from Spain. Youngster really, 20 years of age, cap set back on his head.
In lane 2 for Uzbekistan.
Lane 2, the Uzbeki sculler Otabek Kuchikorov. Familiar features of Gianfilippo Mirabili from Italy. Not quite the oldest competitor in this race at 54, but nearly there. The red hot favourites. It's Corne de Koning for the Netherlands, 32 years of age. Paralympic silver medalist in the PR2 class. And there's Russell Gannat with that kind of breathing aid that he's got in his mouth, the 56-year-old American.
And lane 6 for Germany,
and Paul Umbach, the German sculler.
It's Corne de Koning in the centre of the screen we're going to be looking for. Seeing him competing, getting the gold in Poznan. Strong favourite here for this one.
Yeah, he leapt out of the blocks, didn't he? There's Kuchikorov from Uzbekistan. Well up at the moment in this race. He's really high on his seat, isn't he? Russell Gannat, the American there, really sits high in the boat compared to someone like Corne de Koning. I wonder with that elevation, I wonder what that's all about.
Might make the angle of attack slightly different, difficult, I think, to set up, because he'd be sitting up a lot higher, I imagine, and therefore the handle's drawing a lot higher, so I imagine it's quite a difficult setup to get right.
Yeah, probably is. We see him there in probably 3rd or 4th place there. Here we go. Corne de Koning at the front of the field. He's at a lower stroke rate, 34 strokes a minute, but he gets good length on it, as you can see. Centre of the lane, steering quite nicely. Maybe just a little correction. He's going to have to give it a little bit with that right blade. But so experienced in both the double and now in the single here.
Paralympic silver medalist Corne de Koning leading by clear water over the sculler from Italy, currently in 2nd position.
What's Mirabili rating there, guys? Because he's up higher than most of the athletes in this race.
Yeah, Mirabili at about 38. Sculler to his right was at 34. Corne de Koning keeps it a bit lower than that. But again, it's the sort of trade-off, isn't it, between distance per stroke, how many strokes and how hard you can pull. And it's slightly different for different athletes depending on how much range of movement they can get.
The Italian from the SS Muracarolo club in Italy. Not quite sure where that is. Contact us on social media if you know, as Corne de Koning leads through the first mark ahead of Mirabili from Italy. Great scull from the Uzbek sculler. Kuchikorov in 3rd place at the moment, but I think Russell Gannat does have a little bit of a good second thousand in him, the American. So it's not done and dusted yet, the medal positions.
Dominant row so far here from Cornelis de Koning from the Netherlands. He's just opening up to a huge lead here. In 2nd place, the sculler from Italy, Gianfilippo Mirabili.
So this PR2 class is for rowers who have functional use of the trunk movements, unlike the PR1 class. So they've got functional use of their trunks, but they're unable to use the sliding seat to propel the boat because of significantly weakened function or mobility of the lower limbs. Yeah, we just saw Otabek Kuchikorov from Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan brought a lot of athletes here to this competition. There we see him again. Sponson's not really touching the water, dropping back from Mirabili. And he will have his eyes to his left, to Russell Gannat, the American, just to see what the American's doing.
Yeah, you said Ganat could have a strong second 1,000, and he's not too far behind the Uzbek Sculler. It's about 10 metres now, the gap. Much bigger gap at the front of the field. Cornelis de Koning there. He's down to 31 strokes a minute compared to the Italian Sculler Mirabile beside him, who's keeping it up at about 36. So yeah, gold and silver coming up towards the 1,000, looking pretty solid.
Cornelis de Koning took that silver behind the British boats in Tokyo with Annika van der Meer, who's got a new partner in the Paralympic class, the PR2 mixed double, Chantal Henning. We'll see them in action, I guess tomorrow actually. So
Yeah, that's right.
Cornelis de Koning won't want to take too much out of himself. The Uzbeki Sculler.
Yeah, saw the Uzbeki Sculler coming across the line there. We didn't just hang on long enough to see Russell Ganat. What I can tell you is the gap is 12 metres now. You might be able to see it there. The American Sculler more or less in the centre of the picture, trying to close the gap and also trying to keep ahead of Paul Umbach, who is only a further 3 metres behind him. So we could be having a big second 1,000 in that race for the bronze medal.
Beautiful off the back turn, isn't it, Connor? Just so easy. I guess it looks that way at 31, but that's how he rows, isn't it? You know, long reach out forwards. Just sweeping that boat past the blade locked in the water, and then so easy off the back turn. See a little bit more force there from Kuchikorov, the Uzbeki Sculler. He's kept up a good pace. Is in third place at the moment, bronze medal heading his way if he can keep this form.
Yeah, and that gap is only about 8 metres now. It's the German Sculler Paul Umbach who's got through Russell Ganat into 4th place, and he's now only 7 metres behind the Uzbek Sculler. So he is on the move, the German Sculler. As you saw Kuchikorov looking there right across to his left. He's out in lane 2, and his biggest challenger for the bronze medal is over in lane 6.
Yeah, that's a big distance to look, isn't it? As we move into this second part of the third quarter of this race. Cornelis de Koning has led pretty much from the first stroke. That's no surprise, and likewise that Mirabile from Italy would be in second place. The real frisson of excitement here is who is going to get the bronze medal. The Uzbeki athlete dropping back. There's Mirabile.
Well, I can tell you the distance for that bronze medal. It's now sitting at 8 metres between the Uzbek Sculler and Paul Umbach of Germany. It's about 2 seconds difference through with 500 to go between those two for the bronze medal.
And de Koning here in the lead. He's no stranger to doubling up in the PR2 men's single and the PR2 mixed double. He did the same in Linz in 2019, winning this event, the single, and winning the silver in the mixed double, and won both in Plovdiv back in 2018. So we'll see him in action in the PR2 mixed double scull later on in this program. The same with the sculler, Kukurov of Uzbekistan, doubling up in both events, but he is fighting it out for the bronze medal with the German.
Yeah, Paul Umbach now, we see him on the screen. He's at 32 strokes a minute. The gap between him and the Uzbek Sculler is down to 4 metres. So he is on the move, looking to close that gap. I hope we might get to see a picture of the distance between the Uzbeki Sculler and the German here. This is at the front of the field, where we've got, unsurprisingly, Cornelis de Koning looking fantastic up there. Gianfilippo Maribile looking good for the silver. And it's all about the bronze medal. The gap now is 4 metres. The Uzbeki Sculler, Kuchikorov, is responding to Paul Umbach and his move. The Uzbek Sculler slightly higher rating.
Corner de Koning easing it down now across the line. He's doubling up. He doesn't want to put out too much when he's got a gold medal won comfortably. No chance of the world's best time in these conditions.
And it's pretty close. The German Scull is actually closing the gap.
Corner de Koning wins the first gold medal of these 2022 World Rowing Championships. The Italian will take the silver medal, but who's going to win the bronze medal?
Yeah, these two are raising their stroke rates. They're going to come into our picture quite late. The Uzbek sculler Kuchkurov has held the lead from the beginning. Paul Umbak has been trying to get back to get to that bronze medal. You can see just how close this one's going to be on the line.
Umbak makes it. Oh, I thought it was going to be.
We're in for a photo finish. It didn't look like it was Paul Umbak of Germany, who will have led for one stroke of the entire race if he did get through, but success there for Cornet de Koning. You can see it. Satisfaction for him. 8:52. How's that time, Martin?
Well, the world's best time is held by Corner de Koning, 8:20, so it's 32 seconds slower than the world's best time. Mirably there. So who finished in third place? Well, the cameras are showing the German there, Greg.
Cameras are showing the German, and I can confirm it is the German sculler. He did get through to win by a tenth of a second, more or less. I'm not sure if he knows it yet. I'm not sure if anyone's told him yet. But we can see that on our digital readout. But those three will be the medalists, and Kuchkurov of Uzbekistan is going to miss out by the smallest of margins.
Shame in one way that we didn't have an Uzbek athlete on the World Championship medal podium, because I guess that would have been a first. I'm trying to think back if there's another time.
Yeah, but I guess we are going to get a German.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just wondering how many more medals the Germans are going to get through the rest of the championships.
I think you're right there.
So there we see it, the Netherlands, Italy and Germany. Uzbekistan just getting pushed out.
Penale zoom, dietro campione.